All right, everybody. Today we got Shalomy, the homie, on the podcast. Round of applause for Shalomy. Woo!
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. It's awesome that you're here. I know we've known each other for a few years now, but we finally got in here and get this done.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about into each other? Oh yeah, the origin story. I mean, if you're down, I'm down.
It's funny because we have a bunch of mutuals in general, and he reminded me because I was trying to figure it out too. But then he was like, I think the first time we met was actually at one of the very first big San Jose Foo events, right?
Yeah, it was the Rec Room event outside. It wasn't an indoor event there.
Yeah. And do you remember the artist by chance?
Did you say A-Track?
Yeah.
Kind of gave me a layup on that
one. Yeah, because it's funny because I have a decent memory for just because I'm 26. Shout out to my mid 20 people, but yeah, I'm 26 and like knowing Anthony and everyone involved, Cola, Chris, everybody I was involved
in the time.
Boys. Shout out to the boys, wherever you guys are.
All the friends.
That was a opportunity for me to, because I've always been like helping out with them and stuff. Not working with them, but like, just adjacent.
Helping. The homie that helps.
So shout out to A-Track and then a bunch of the other people that are on the lineup. From my understanding, it was a bunch of, I guess, a lot of big DJs.
Yeah, A-Track was pretty big.
A-Track and then
it is pretty big, yeah.
And then I think I forget his name, but my friend Mally's like, he's a very big deal.
Okay.
But it was a cool moment. I met this guy, and then I was wearing the fit that I was wearing at the time was like a button up and then a tie because I was like that was kind of like the thing I was doing at the time was like, okay, I'm gonna wear a button up.
But it was for good call.
Good call. It was like it was
the marketing
thing. The marketing, and then like I also like was just dressing formal at the time because I like it, like as a 22-year-old at that time, I'm like, I just like it,
22, bro.
Yeah, I mean, what was your 22 experience like?
Oh no, interviewing me.
Okay, I'm curious.
No, it's good. I don't mind. 22, Josh, was not very nice. I just gone through cancer.
Yes, I was.
And
chemo.
So
yeah, so in shout out to Derek, the dad. He was talking about his journey about that. So you faced that at early age?
22, yeah. So that age you're asking about specifically is when I was diagnosed, and it was 2012. So I turned 22 during chemo.
Okay.
So it was 3 months. It was August, September, and October, and then it ended right before. What's the holiday? Thanksgiving.
No, Thanksgiving.
And so I went through my sister's birthday, going through chemo, went through my birthday, turned 22.
Okay.
And so like initial 22 was cool, and then like I got really really hurt after I finished going through chemo. Like I was like mad at God, like why is this happening? Why did this happen to me? A lot to process through. Mad at the world, mad at my parents, was fighting with my parents a lot. So like this guy that is very different from that guy. Like not that they're different people, but just hurt, right? A lot of pain, and just learning how to process through pain at a young age, right? A lot of hurt and pain. So I still process through hurt and pain now, but I just my goal all the time is to never let it get on other people or like mess with other people. Like I take it to the Lord instead of like taking my anger out on others. Sometimes it still happens a little bit. The Lord's still working on me with that, but like it's usually the people I'm closest to are the ones that I get the most mad with, right? Like family.
I mean,
and
that's
friends,
what happens, and like those are the years. I mean, I'm still in the years, but those are the years that you're figuring this stuff out, right? I mean, like, and also, I was also raised with religious parents and just going to the church and whatnot, and so
what church?
I went to all kinds of ones. I went to Cathedral Faith.
That's where me and Chris met.
I went to FCC.
Yeah.
And then I went to Church on the Hill.
Oh, dang, you went up there?
I went also, it's funny because my dad, he would do lighting stuff for the church. So it was kind of like a bunch of like different stuff. And I was kind of introduced to stuff like that way of like, like the sound, because I was talking to him behind, before we started talking. He's been behind the scenes, and he said he's been doing this stuff for like 10 years. So it's kind of like I've always kind of been around like the workings of this kind of stuff. So I mean, it always intrigued me because it's like the behind the scenes aspect of what's going on the stage, So
you saw it all getting set up today, right?
Yeah. So
he's chill with the setup.
No, I mean, I love Gatorade. I've always known this guy for that many. Hey, Gatorade,
blue hair, blue mics.
Hey, yeah. Shout out to my girl. I turned 26. My birthday's in April, so I'm an Aries.
Hey.
People that are interested in that kind of astrology stuff, but
you said April?
April.
April what?
April 5th.
Oh, cool.
So
Okay.
then shout out to all my April 5th babies that I know of. Shout out to Julie Black. That's one of my coworkers. Shout out to one of my best friend's brothers is also April 5th, and some
That's
dude
crazy.
from Sacramento. I forget. I was playing video game. I'm a huge gamer.
Okay.
But
We're gonna get on that later.
But some guy was like, "Yo, it's also my birthday on April 5th," and so. But basically, I dyed my hair white. It was supposed to like represent like me getting older.
Yeah.
And then also Twin Peaks. I'm not sure if you ever seen Twin Peaks.
I think I've seen you posting about that.
Okay, yeah. So I was like, okay. So it was like a whole thing. And like my rollout was like, where is Shalomy? Because I've been kind of gone. We could talk about that too. But it's just
you took a little break.
I took a little,
socials.
I'm assuming you taking a break, or you taking some stuff in the past.
I don't know how, but
oh, you don't know? Okay, well,
just because the business and the brand. But I hear you. There are times.
Yeah.
I fasted.
I think every creative has gone through something, to a bigger, smaller degree.
Yeah.
Because this is like a thing you do. So
this is a business.
This is
man.
a career
I'm
for
a
you.
business man.
I'm not. Shout out to Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z or
that is
Jay-Z. Okay, Jay-Z.
Yeah. I saw that. What is that? 35 behind you?
Yeah.
What's that for? Because that's not your age, just my age. But.
Okay. Oh, you're 35? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to my A. So it's funny. So I got this tattoo. I'm gonna talk about it. But ever since I got this tattoo, it says 35. 35 has been like a number that I've seen everywhere. Like it's funny.
That's your number.
Shout out to the one and only 35 Mally. Mally. That's one of my really good friends. She's been really relatively busy recently, so I haven't really talked to her. But me and then like I think 10 of us have this tattoo. It's basically
that's great. That's sick.
Not in the same area.
No,
but
Holy Scythe.
Yeah.
Is that Holy Scythe?
I don't know like the font.
No, the shop in San Jose. Is that there? Did you get that done there?
Actually, no. I actually got it done. Shout out to Vivsashi.
Okay.
But she lives next to a tattoo artist. I forget his name.
So a tattoo artist that lives next to a tattoo artist.
That lives next to a hairstylist.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she designed it?
No, she
did it.
I think Mally had the design.
Okay.
But then we just kind of like, can we get the design so we can get it tattooed on us?
Gotcha.
But I don't know the origins of this. But
that's cool.
But Mally, if you know Mally, or
sounds familiar. San Jose, right?
So she's a creative in San Jose.
Seen her.
She's like
socials.
She's like an
Chris,
overall like media personnel. Like
Okay.
she does video, she does photography,
Okay.
she does.
Okay.
She does all kinds of stuff. She's just a creator, and I met her back in like 2022 when I first met the Jubo Boys. This
Jersey. Shout out to the Jersey.
Shout out to Jubo. But there's honestly a lot of stuff, because I have ADHD, so I'm all over the place. But the point is,
it still makes sense though, bro.
But the point is, like, she's a really good friend of mine, and that's the reason why I got this tattoo. Is because she's a really good friend of mine, and it basically just means like the film stock, 35 millimeter.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
So you love film.
Yeah, I love film. I love everything relating to film, movies.
Is that what if you could do anything in this world right now, would you be like a film director? Is that like your thing, like your dream?
My dream goal is like I would want to be involved with like creative stuff to that degree. Maybe not like I don't a director.
You don't know if you want to be a Christopher Nolan.
A Christopher.
On IMAX,
I want to shoot
millimeter.
Dude, have you
70.
seen? Have you seen that skit of the guy saying I only? It's a skit. It's a parody, but it's like I always wanted to shoot things on IMAX, but he's talking about the actual Mac. The Mac.
Wow.
Have you seen that?
IMAX, MACS.
Yeah.
Bruh.
So there's a guy out there. There's a guy out there. I forget his Instagram, but he's making like content like, I always wanted to shoot something on IMAX.
Because Nolan was saying everything about IMAX.
Yeah. So it's yeah. I just kind of want to be like growing up. This you can't really see the studio, but I'm just
you've seen it.
chronically just always wondering, and I kind of just want to be involved with all kinds of stuff. I don't know to what degree.
You're doing it, man. Like you're definitely connected with the people that I feel like are going to be like that next wave of creative media people in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, in San Jose, in San Jose or the overall social media world, because it's crazy because I'm assuming because you're 35 and I'm 26, so we have a kind of like a year difference, but you come from like the age of like it's barely getting introduced.
Yep.
Yeah, and then for me, I was born in 2000s, but that was like the last like you can go outside, but now it's like people are being raised with like technology and like a phone given or tablet.
Thank God we still got the kids going outside. In our neighborhood, there's still the kids that play outside, but. I feel you, bro. Like,
No,
it's
yeah.
not as much as it used to be. Gotta bring those kids back outside, bro.
Dude, no, I think I seen them because I work at the I have my background is I kind of work with kids. I've worked customer service all my life, but I've seen all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, you know, older, younger, and so it's kind of it's nice, you know, it's really nice to kind of be directly around that, you know. So I would say, and so, you know, you definitely hear from people like the cynical, what is it called? The cynicism. I forget.
Cynicism, yeah.
The cynicism. You know, it's really
The haters.
it's really easy to be kind of cynical. Like, yo, here's the statistics of like the education rate going down, but it's like, you know, I think when it goes down, it goes up. You know, because eventually it is gonna go back up. But but
it doesn't stay down forever.
Yeah, but shout out to the new generation because that's what pushes us forward to begin with.
Shout out to the Fortnite kids.
Yes. Shout out to the Fortnite kids.
10
shout
to 12-year-old Fortnite kids.
Roblox, you know. Shout out to all the scammers out there.
Is that your thing?
Nah, I mean my homie was trying to get me onto that, but okay, get this. I know actually I was always around a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
RuneScape.
RuneScape.
Bro, when people used to go to the library, I would always see people on the computer, like on RuneScape. I'm like, what's RuneScape? And then, you know, that's a whole thing. You know?
Yeah. Well, what's your game of choice?
Game of choice. When I was playing games frequently, it was Fallout.
So you're not playing anymore. I thought you still were. Dang.
So
lost another one. I'm just kidding.
It's not that. It's
you got a girlfriend. You got a girlfriend, guys.
I mean, having a girl, you can still do. You can do both. But for me, I guess what I've been doing is just consuming media in a sense of like, okay, at least I know what's going on, but I'm not playing it. I do miss it, but like,
why'd you stop?
Just I don't know, just kind of like, I mean, I still play it, but it's like kind of, you know, just like I think life, and like so I guess to kind of connect everything.
Yeah.
So I grew up playing video games.
Okay.
I'm an ambivert, or that's like the term, I guess.
Yeah, I've
right?
heard that. Yeah.
Because it's like extrovert, introvert, but I've always kind of grew up as an introvert. And so basically, my dad, he went to Costco one time, or before Costco.
Yeah.
I went to a daycare and they had an Xbox.
Okay.
And there was Halo, and there was also access to a computer.
That's how it started.
There was access to a computer.
Bro,
so that's how I figured out.
It's crazy.
That's how I figured out about like YouTube poop, freaking the culture, internet culture at the time.
You say YouTube poop?
YouTube poop, YTP. You never heard YTP? YouTube poop? Hey, shout out to SpongeBob, YouTube poop. Shout out to
2635, bro.
This is like the before brain rot. It's like it's kind of like adjacent with brain rot, and so. But basically,
brain rot came from there.
Yeah, and so it's like the YouTube days of like the Paralyzer. I forget that one song, the Paralyzer. So basically, it was like they were using those songs, Paralyzer, Bodies by. Bodies, like the bodies at the, you know, basically that era.
Yes.
So I come from that era of like all this like knowledge and all this like weird stuff popping up barely. You know? So I remember the stuff. You know?
Yeah,
so.
No, you were born and raised on it.
Yeah.
I was watching it happen to the. I was like 9, 10, watching it happen to you guys.
Yeah, so you know, of course, meeting people, you know, online.
The annoying orange.
Yeah, no, he was definitely annoying. I don't really, you know, it's crazy to see him go from like that to Nickelodeon. I think, yeah. So it's.
Pop culture, bro.
Pop culture, but
that's crazy. Big brain activities.
Yeah, big brain, but you know,
it's not smooth.
Yeah, no.
He does not.
I mean, smooth, but also a little bumpy, you know.
So what games these days then? Because you said you play sometimes still.
So
what are
I
you
think
playing?
the last game that I was playing was I played a little of the Mafia series, like the definitive edition.
That.
But then I guess like.
Cool.
I was kind of, because I had my PS4, so I had a PS4. I'm gonna get a PS5 for GTA 6. November, hopefully.
I know everyone's skeptical. Pre-orders came out.
Hey, physical media.
My sister's all, do you think they're going to push it? And I was like, I don't think so. Not like twice, bro. Come on.
No, yeah,
on
dude.
Pre-orders, come on.
I think they're gonna release it, but it's just a shame with the physical media stuff, though. It's
a bummer. We love it around here.
I mean, as you can tell, you know, this
physical media.
He's a physical media connoisseur.
He's physical too.
I am too. You know, I got something for him to show him later. I kind of ties, but basically, I was just playing Fallout. I'm a huge Fallout nerd.
Fallout.
My friend.
The show? You like the show?
Yeah. You know what's funny? So basically, I've been a fan, right? So high school, I would talk to my friends about it all the time. And then my friend, he's been recently, shout out to Miguel, but recently he's been...
it's a sure thing.
He's been involved with like the film. He wants to be a director. He wants to be like in that realm right now. He's doing all kinds of stuff in that scene. But he went to a studio in New York, and he saw one of the studios previously to everything being announced that like, yo, we were at the studio and like they had some Fallout, the shelf, like the vault. So I knew about I'm like, oh, that's crazy. So and then once it got announced, I'm like, oh my god. So I was like,
yeah, okay.
So I knew. And
so you knew before
it
dropped.
I knew before, but I didn't know season 2. I haven't watched season 2 yet, but season 1 was good.
It's out there, yeah.
Did you watch it? Yeah, yeah.
No, I got Fallout 3.
Okay.
Like the first year the studio opened, or Fallout 4. I got Fallout 4 because 3 was the last one I played. And I got pretty far. Like I started playing like a couple hours in, and then I was like, I want cheats. I don't know why. I want cheats.
Your mods,
bro. I got all the nukes. I did everything. I became invincible, and I was like, oh, it's not fun. Which is what happened to me with Fallout 3.
Oh yeah.
Like there was a glitch back in the day. I stayed home from school when it dropped, and I called out sick. Right, told my mom I was sick, like sophomore, junior in high school. And stayed home, and there was a glitch I found online.
Ooh.
Infinite XP glitch.
Oh, God.
And no, but the problem is your weapons aren't good, but your character is.
Yeah.
So my weapons were all underpowered, and all the bosses and all the big enemies level with you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so I was getting wiped.
Oh.
I couldn't handle it, and so I just stopped playing. And that's exactly what happened on Fallout 4. Is like, after like an hour or two, I'd hit up my boy and be like, how do I do this? Like trying to like get tips and tricks. And after like getting sick of waiting, I just like leveled up my character all the way, invincible. And I was like, it's not fun. So yeah. I think I sold it like a month ago to Steven Apothecary. Shout out to Steven. Yeah, I sold all my games to Steven. All my physical games.
Oh, man.
It's crazy.
How does that feel to get rid of all your physical games? Because, I mean, it's one thing to stop.
I wasn't playing them, though. Oh, okay, that's why. The only reason is because I wasn't playing them. If I was still playing them, I'm not going to sell them.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think I kept Spider. No, I think it's all gone.
So were you referring to PS3 or
5?
PS5? Oh, you supposed to your 5?
Yeah.
Damn, before GTA
4
6.
and 5 games.
Oh,
yeah. So I'm gonna get it though. I want to get it physical.
But you're just kind of okay. Yeah. It happens, brother. I mean,
they were all here. All the games were on the shelves.
Oh man.
So we got the Current Frost instead. We upgraded.
Hey, you can't see it, but there's like the Kerwin Frost when he had the collab with McDonald's. The Nuggies. Shout out to Nuggies.
All of them.
Yeah.
Except for the golden egg. Shout out to Kung Fu. Kung Fu has a golden egg.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, you know it's okay. So funny thing about Kung Fu Vampire. So I used to work at a swim instructor. I used to be a swim instructor.
You've done it all.
And so, not like Johnny Sins. Shout out to Johnny Sins.
That's crazy. I know that reference.
No. He's a. We don't have to get into that, but if you know, you know, you know.
That's a different topic.
He's a man that he's a multiple hats. You feel me?
Yeah.
But basically, his daughter used to be taught at one of the schools. Or one of the places.
I'm not gonna say the name.
Yeah.
Oh, he posts her. She has Instagram, Violet.
Shout out to her. You know.
He posts her.
Yeah. So, but cool. She used to come to the place, and I was like, "Who's this guy that has like hair and there's a spike right here?" And then I met him at one of the San Jose Fu events, and he was like, "I'm like, wait, you're that one dude. You have a daughter that goes, oh yeah. Oh, my name's Shalomy. Nice to meet you." So
I remember before he started going to those events, bro. He's like, "Oh yeah, they're trying to get me to come out more." Dude. Like. That was like 2020, dude, 2021.
That's so insane.
Now they're boys.
That's so insane that he's connected to ICP. Like,
did you know the story?
No, I don't know.
He told me on tour.
Tell me the story.
So when he started rapping full time, he took the plunge full time. He'd spent all the money, everything, like to just do it, record all those mixtapes, all those albums. Sorry, and so somebody in the ICP offices was playing his music. And one of the dudes, I don't know if it was ICP or like the manager or whatever, heard it.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yo, who is that? We want him to go on tour." I think with Twisted, if I'm remembering. A few years ago, he told me about it. So he goes on tour with Twisted, and that's what started his career. Like, because there's an built-in audience, right? So he was performing for all those people. Yeah. Winning them over as fans because he's doing the face paint. Yeah. It all lined up. Like, he wasn't trying to be like them. It's just that was his thing out here. It was
just like adjacent to like the...
Kind of like you with all the boys, right? Like, you fit right in, so...
No, yeah, it's really interesting because no matter where you're from, there's always a community for you. Mm-hmm. I mean, from anywhere you are. So, if you don't know what ICP is, it's Insane Clown Posse. Around the same time that I was discovering...
Seen the shirts.
It was around it was around the same time that, like, I was getting introduced to, like, YouTube. Insane Clown Posse, Chicken Hunting was like the song for me.
Posse,
yeah.
Insane Clown Posse.
Posse.
That's great. I'm just kidding. Roasting the boy. This isn't video games. I can't be doing that here.
No. I mean, dude, I grew up I was one of those squeakers, If you know, you know. Xbox 360 Connect. That was my mic back in the day. So I was that one annoying kid. You would hear the audio of the TV and you would hear my voice at the same time.
Bruh.
So
I just sold the Wi-Fi for the 360 and my old 360. Shout out to two dudes cards, bro. The Pokemon cards right there.
Yeah.
They bought my broken 360 and traded me a slab. First slab ever. Let's go.
Hey, there's always something for everybody, right?
I'm telling you.
But shout out to ICP.
ICP.
I used to work at Safeway, and then I met a Juggalo.
That's when I met you. You're at Safeway.
I met a Juggalo, and then basically I was
face paint and all.
No, he just had the tattoo. He had something on him, and I was like,
man.
yo, what's good, bro? You know, because I like to, you know, treat people how you want to be treated, right? So, and also I'm Peruvian and Mexican, so I feel like ethically, you know, it's like that's kind of our culture is like we gotta say what's up. And so he was like, oh my, I'm doing good, bro. And he's like, after the conversation, he's like, honestly, bro, thank you for talking to me because no one really talks to me like this, and because everyone kind of judges me for like being a fan. He was
you're super friendly.
So I try to be.
You're like a dog, like a golden retriever. Like even at the liquor store, you're just like, "How's your day going, bro?" And I'm I never ask.
Yeah, shout out to he got me some water.
Yeah,
so
man's needed water, bro.
Yeah, you know, it's little comments can make someone's day, you know. So that's what I.
And then we started talking to him about the podcast. He wanted to watch it.
No, yeah.
Now
so
I gotta go over there.
You gotta watch his other episodes. But you know, the point is, you know, I think we could talk more about it too. But everyone's connected in one way. You know? Everyone knows someone.
It's crazy.
Everyone knows someone.
It's crazy.
So it's ridiculous, you know.
How we all, especially like just 6 people, 6 degrees of separation. My dad was talking about it yesterday. You know Chris, but I don't know you through Chris. I know you through Cola, who I met after. It's just like after Chris, right? So it's like And then, but that was all through San Jose Foods.
No, yeah.
We can't neglect the stomping grounds.
No,
you know what I mean?
I'm never gonna knock or not forget or not credit anybody because I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, you know, whatever's happening, you know, everyone has like a role and everyone has like a way of they met people. So I think it's cool because I met him. You know, well, you know, if we're gonna talk about it, like I met San Jose Foods or Anthony and Cole at the same time at a bike meetup. It was when what is it called? The bike in San Jose.
Bike parties.
Bike party. So they were at one of the bike parties. Okay, shout out to Julian. Shout out to my homie King Giuliano. Shout out to King. I was telling him about we used to have a podcast, but
I watched it. Oh, really? That was a good. Remember, I told you the 1 year recap.
Oh, really? Okay.
I watched that one.
That was an interesting one, but he was the one that's like, yo, I'm kind of cool with Anthony. And you should come to.
He introduced you.
Yeah, so I met him physically there, but then prior to that, I randomly met him at one of the BLM protests.
That's where he was at.
Yeah,
how he got big.
Yeah, so I remember there was some guy with a video or camera, or some guy with a phone, and it was him, but I didn't know it was him. I was like, oh, okay, bet.
Nobody knows.
You know, I was for the movement. I'm just like, okay, I'm there for the movement, and then of course, you know, shout out to my photographers, videographers, you know, of course, recording history. But I was just there for it, you know. So
he was just hanging out.
So yeah,
it's kind of crazy. He built his following just from that.
Yeah, I mean, even prior to that,
going live, like up here at least. Like I know down in LA, he was very well known.
Yeah.
For doing, I think the same thing who wanted to do here was the shows. But he brought it up here because I talked to him about it like at his birthday. Like he moved up here with his aunt or something like that, his family. Some family. So yeah, I mean, he's doing the biggest show promoter in San Jose now.
Yeah, he's one of them. Like, or
he is
the
and he's collabing with like Sleeping On, like huge, bro. Like,
no, yeah,
he's starting to work with my friend from church.
Oh, really?
Because my friend has the venue.
Oh, okay.
So I went to an event a couple weeks ago, and it's so funny because you are like me in the sense of we just stay friends with everyone. There's no fallouts for us. Like we're cool with everyone, and so like I went a couple weeks ago, and then Chris came by after. Like to one of our events. And I was like, oh yeah, I was hesitant, right? I was like, I was at a San Jose Foods event. And he's like, what were you there? And I was like, it's my friend's warehouse. George was throwing it at my friend's warehouse. So we showed up because my friend hit me up. I just, shout out to Jonathan, hit me up today. I talked to him today about it, but he hit me up to be there as like a man of Christ, like a believer, because like, you know, George is more in the secular world and Jonathan's a believer from church. He's throwing these events and he's bridging this, but he wants believers there too. So he hits me up and a few of the other guys from church. So we show up, and so we're there, And I see George walking through the crowd in the back.
Okay.
So he had the DJ in the back outside. You like the venue. I'll tell you about the next one when it happens. But because I don't know if you're on the list, like the Instagram groups that George has.
No,
but
yeah, the San Jose creative ones.
You're probably in
yeah,
it then.
Yeah.
You just miss it. A lot of stuff going on.
There's a lot of stuff, you know.
So I'm walking through the crowd and I see George, right? And I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? And he's like, what are you doing here? Because I'm not. I would go to the first creatives events. But he like made another group chat, and I just like didn't sign up for it or something.
Oh,
right?
Okay. So there's multiple.
So the first one's at the studio, at the office.
Oh,
I would
recently?
go to those.
Oh, okay.
Back like a couple years ago when we opened this. But he made like another group chat, and I'm just not a part of it anymore, right? So I know the owner of the venue. I'm walking through the venue. I see George. He's like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "I know the guy who owns the building." He's like, "Oh, cool." So it's like you never know how you're gonna get into these spaces, like or like what the Lord's gonna do, right? Like so. With all this stuff being still connected to all these people, I'm like, Lord, why? What's the purpose? Like, you know what you're doing. Like, but I don't control any of that stuff. I just show up if I get asked to be there, right? So shout out to Jonathan. He's my friend, but still connected to all those people who know me from back in the day. And then all you guys, right?
It's one of those things where it's like, we're kind of like similar, like we kind of just know people, you know, and that's how we're kind of
friendly people.
That's how we're kind of just around, you know? Like, that's how I kind of take it, is like, we're just around, you know? And it's just like, that's how I've always kind of been too, just being around, you know, like maybe not necessarily like.
That's how Tyler got big, the creator.
That's the reason why my name is like Shalomy the Homie, is because I'm very inspired by Tyler. Shalomy was a nickname I was given when I was like younger, like some girl like gave it to me, like, oh, Shalomy, and then you know, but then the homie aspect came from like the homie figurines. Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
You
love those.
I wanted more of them, but of course my family's like, oh yeah, you can only have however many. So which is like thank you my mom and dad, but it's just that's where it came from. You know, it used to be all kinds of stuff, bro. It used to be Shalom the Next Holden, which is Holden Caulfield from The Catch and the Rye. Hey, I really, oh my god, I relate with him so much, you know, whatever.
So funny. Shalomy the Homie rhymes.
Yeah,
really well.
and then it was awkward Shalom, but awkward was spelled wrong. And then
how would you spell awkward?
I spelled awkward AKWARD. But then awkward. You know, it's funny. Then some guy from my school, literally typed it the same way I did.
That's funny.
So he was influenced by me to make his Instagram. Akwar. Shout to Nardwar. Shout one of my goats. You know.
Yeah. Okay. So the interviews.
Oh, okay.
So the help. So this all kind of started actually because I saw that help shirt. And it reminded me of you. Okay. Remember?
Yeah.
With this interview today.
Yeah. He sent me a text message. I think so. Basically, he was So first off, he does events, multiple events, and he was inviting me to an event, and I wasn't able to go. But it was the same day of the event, and he sent me a photo of a shirt that says "The Help," and then the help has 2 L's in it. But the shirt that he had was just 1 L, and it was that's funny. And he's like, yeah, bro. And so what's your question about that? I'm curious.
So it's just kind of crazy how like this started because of that. So like I saw that shirt and I was like, oh shoot, because you keep interviewing them, right? And I'm like, I just keep getting reminded. So I see the shirt and I'm like, oh, it totally reminds me of Shalomy. I'm gonna hit him up and send him this random picture out of nowhere. And he was like, oh, that's crazy. Also, sorry I didn't go to your event. And I was like, oh, bro, like, it's all, I invite so many people.
You gotta get people to your event, you know?
Yeah.
Did Nacho go to the event?
Yeah. How do you know Nacho again?
So I used to work with them. Okay, so I work for
I don't even think I knew that.
I work for the library. Right. Shout out to the city.
I was gonna say, do you want to talk about that?
San Jose or
Shout out to the city.
Shout out to the city, essentially.
Shout out to Matt Mahan.
Shout out to Matt Mahan. But basically, he was in a program that I was in that was adjacent with the program that I was with.
When was that?
This was 2024.
Okay.
Yeah, 2024.
That's when I met him.
Wait, 2023 to 2024.
Okay.
That was the.
So you're at the library working.
Yeah.
And Nacho's part of the program working with the library.
So it was a part of it was a program that was with the library, and then it was one of those things.
You checked the mutuals before this. That's how he did that.
No, but then, he actually commented on my post, or he commented on you. I forget. Someone commented.
You saw the comment.
Yeah, and then, but basically, it was so I used to SJPL Works, or I'm trying to think. So no, I'm trying to think of the specific program, but basically, there was a Work to Future. It was like one of those. It was one of those things for 15-year-olds to like 20-something-year-olds to work, and so that was like my first job. But then fast forward, there's the similar thing with the library, and they're hiring people that are like, you know, kind of similar 18 to like 20 something to give them, you know, resources like like, you know, resume,
help them
develop. It's one of those things. And so he was in that, and then I was in that. So we were kind of grouped together in the same like part of it.
That's crazy. Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So that's
Nacho.
like the backstory of how I know Nacho. But, you know, I guess in terms of like Nardwuar, the help, interviewing, just
that's your thing.
I've always shout out to Julian, but me and him, we've always watched interviews, and so we love interviews. It doesn't have to be Nardwuar. It's just, you know,
anything,
all kinds of, and it's just the idea of like getting to know someone. And we did it before this. We're doing it right now, and it's just like, okay, well, we're just talking about you know, whatever we like, and each interview has different things. Whether it's the same questions, but it's always something new. You know, something's always new. So specifically with what's going on, what I've been doing is I was going through a creative stump. My photography was my thing. That's how to tie it back into video games. What happened was, I'm not going outside. I'm literally just kind of like playing video games, letting life kind of slip me by. But I wasn't cynical about it. I was like, but I kind of, you know, I feel like I kind of, it was a growth stunt. You know, I was kind of stunted growth essentially because I, you know, whatever. So I started going outside more, went to the clubs. I don't drink, so I just went to purely dance. And then there's a pop-up SJ going on. There's like, you know, thrifting events going on. And, you know, shout out to people. I met a lot of my friends there, and, you know, shout out to all the people that I met. Shout out to Dre, the one that organizes that stuff. But I kind of want to take photos. I want to document this somehow. So, and so me and my friend Julian, we did like a video on pop-up SJ. And so we were just like, you know, interviewing people, and then like. Yeah, and then of course I was taking photos, and then I think, you know, I met a bunch of people that way. I went to live concerts. I went to
3 events.
I went to all kinds of stuff, you know, and so there was a point where it's like, I'm kind of burnt out. There really isn't really a goal for me, at least. There really isn't a goal. What do I do? And so years later, I've been watching all these interviews. There's a group that I want to see, The Help, that was coming to SF, and I was like, okay, bet. So I kind of want to. Maybe I should ask him some questions, some interviews. But prior to this, Nardwuar has inspired me in a way where it's like, even in general, like I'm a gift giver. Yeah. So I got something for you afterwards.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
But basically, if I know something, I'll pay attention to that, and then like I'll do that, right? So before I was recording, before I was doing all that, I would do that. I would go to shows and like, hey, here's this, you know. And so
it's just you.
And people just in general, like I do that in general. So I was like, maybe I could do that, like, but maybe film it and maybe even ask questions. Yeah. So the show happened maybe a couple months back. Yeah. It was a DJ set, and I was like, okay, let me do some questions. You know, I'm gonna look some questions up. You know how Nardwuar does. Yeah. Nardwuar, we don't know how he does it, but I think he asks people around them, like friends. Oh yeah. And then of course he does research too, because it goes like that. It goes
deeper. Yeah.
So, but for me, it was kind of like, okay, I don't know anybody. Like I'm in the fan. I mean, like I guess you could say I'm a fan. Yeah. I'm not connected. I'm in the Discord now and everything for the help and everything. Oh, that's good. But yeah, I'm tapped in. Like I know. Like I talked to one of the biggest archive pages for the help. Like I you know, I'm kind of tapped in now. You're in there. But it's before that I was like, okay, I'm by myself. I need to like figure this out. So I watched all their interviews multiple times. I read interviews. You
did the thing.
Off of the interviews, I looked up specific things, and I was like, I bet. Now it's about doing the interview. Yeah. Execution. Yeah. So I reached out, you know, I reached out to both members, and they didn't respond. So what I had to do is, okay, bet. So I probably just have to wait outside the venue. But prior to me waiting, I met up with one of the dudes randomly. So wait, you're the one guy that interviewed them. He's like, oh yeah, that's me. And I was like, yeah, bro.
Wow. I'm trying at the show.
At the show. Okay. And he was like, yo, I'm trying to interview them. He was like, but I could tell you, you know, he's like, maybe he's not being serious. You know, maybe like bro's like, I don't know what bro's intention is. You know, with me. You know? Yeah. But I'm no. This is what I want to do. And I was telling him,
you're super hyped, right?
Yeah, I was super hyped. And he's like, okay, what? So give me your number, and I'll try to tell him about you. No promises, but I'll try to tell him about you because whatever. Right?
He has an in.
Yeah. Right. So. You know, it probably doesn't work out. But then what happens is, like, okay, I'm just gonna wait. So I waited for like 40 minutes, and they came out. And then, but prior to this, I was trying to figure out my mic situation like this. Shout out to his mics. Bruh. But you know, I was trying to connect the mics. So I was like, okay, bet. It wasn't working. So I was like, okay, bet. But I'm over here like.
Yeah, there's no mics on the first one.
Yeah, there's no mics on the first one. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. Well, excuse my language, but I was like, you know what, freak it, you know? So I was like, and then my homie Marco, he's also from this area. My shout out to Marco Salazar.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Marco
Gilroy.
Salazar. Yeah,
He
yeah.
told us how much it was to rent out the district. I've known
Oh,
him
really?
for years.
Really? Okay, so I'm
We do
connected
have
with.
mutual.
I met him at one of the first help shows I went to.
Crazy.
He's also connected with a bunch of people in that scene.
He's got a lot of friends.
He's young too. So shout out to my
He's like
shout out to my young people.
18?
He's
20?
like I think he's in his 20s. I
Yeah,
think he's in
he's
his
young,
20s. But him and his friend Eden, shout out to Eden, they recorded the interview. And then as soon as they,
really?
Yeah.
The
So as soon as they
boys.
walked out, I was like, oh my God, it's them. And so be cool.
Yeah.
Be cool. So and then
You're
I'm over
so
here like this.
excited.
I'm like, hey Noah, hey, can I interview you?
But
And
what
then-
it was set up though before that, right?
No.
Oh no. So the guy that you gave your number to,
Yeah.
the interviewer.
I think they had no idea.
Okay, so you just asked.
I just asked.
There
and so,
you go.
And then Noah was like, sure.
Yeah, cool.
And then, but of course, if you watch the interview, it's unedited and raw. So it literally just it's like the interact. It's how it started is how I
How
started.
it was, yeah. It was
So-
real. It's real.
So I was very nervous, but I also learned that Nardwar when he did his
just did
thing, he
that.
was nervous too. So that's
Yeah.
what pushed him to like ask questions, but also. I forget. There's a guy that Channel 5, Andrew Callahan.
Oh, yeah.
He interviewed one of the biggest interviews, but I guess he said that like, oh yeah, I was nervous doing stuff too, so that's what
Yeah.
also pushed me to do that to begin
Okay.
with. So,
Okay.
but that's the backstory. I mean,
No,
there's more
it's
to
good.
go.
I mean, I like it, man. It's
What you
just
think?
cool.
I'm curious. What you
Well,
think?
that's I was gonna ask like how it happened because in situations like that, like I've tried to do stuff like that, like meeting Tyler back in the day, and
Well, what's your experience with that?
oh, bro,
Tell me that. I'm curious. I'm curious.
hold on, let me check something real quick. I want to just to make sure it's recording. It is.
Okay.
So the last 10 minutes, I was like, is it still?
He's checking.
Yeah, I gotta make sure, bro. I'm like, edit that part out.
Okay.
But I'll find that part.
Try to interview Tyler, or what are you trying to do?
No, I was just trying to meet him, bro, because I was just like such a fan. So this is 21-year-old Jawsh, right? Like
Okay.
I'm so young, like I'm obsessed, like I'm a fan.
So
like
this is like 2010s.
this is when they're getting big, really big, right? And they're all still
OF days.
together. Yeah, and so my dad flew me out to Portland like on a Sunday morning. We're in church. I'm like, I want to see them, and he's like, all right, like we can fly, but we're not flying back. We're taking the train back to save money, right? And so he bought tickets last minute. He scalped me a ticket on the street to go in Portland at the Rose Theater, I think, but he couldn't get a ticket. My dad, so he had to just stay. Like, because there's a pizza parlor downstairs, kind of like how the Catalyst is,
So
right?
like a solo
food and-
dolo.
So I went upstairs by myself, and my dad's sitting in the pizza parlor waiting for me. And I'm like, dude, I'm like taking off my crew neck, throwing it on stage, like my G-Shock, throwing it on stage, like, and it was brand new. Everything was brand new. Like I think I came out without my shirt on, honestly. Like I think I threw like my shirt on, everything, bro. I was just giving it all, right? And I was like obsessed, bro. It was not good. It was very unhealthy, like obsession. I was
yeah.
looking for like his Facebook pages that I thought were hit. It was bad, bro. So like
yeah.
I was super. Yours sounds a lot healthier with the help.
Yeah.
Mine was pretty bad with Tyler. Like I was super. I wanted to be like him. I wanted to produce like him. Like everything.
Yeah.
But the thing that I took from him originally, which is what we all take now from people, is like the fact that if he did it, anyone else can.
Yeah.
That motivation is what made me like, well, I want to be like him. I want to do it like him. Like I want to dress like it was bad. But so I gave everything on the stage, threw it all on the stage. And like we're standing at the back gate after the show, like all the fans trying to meet him, trying to say what's up, because that's when the bus comes out. And so like that's kind of like what you're doing, right? You're in the back of the venue, you know that's the way they leave.
Yeah.
And that's it. And so like you got to interact. Like I talked to Jasper and he's like, what do you guys do? Like what's up? And I was like, I just want to meet Tyler. We're chasing the van down the street, the whole thing, bro. Like
it's like fans, yeah.
super fans, right? Like just bad, like super like this is everything, nothing else matters, like bad fandom, right? Unhealthy fandom.
No,
it's out there.
It gets to a point, because what I was doing was like, am I going too far? Because like,
not for an interview, bro.
no, because
like,
for me, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I am who I am, like I know who I am, like we're always we're still always figuring out who we are,
Yeah.
like even to like
identity, right?
identity, so I know who I am, like if like the fan base is like, they all wear like. The way they dress is like it's like indie, very indie. They call it indie sleaze, like like it's like that. Heady, shout out to my Heady boys, but I think they're kind of dying out. But like it's
the
like
small band T-shirts, the black skinny jeans,
exactly.
Like,
So it's like it's like 2010s kind of fashion, and then like adjacent to like the 90s, 80s is coming back, So so it's one. But I'm like I don't look like I listen to the Help, but I like their music. But I'm like I don't have to dress like them.
No.
I mean I do agree with like I used to be a very I still am, but like. I think maybe not to that degree, but like I was like I want to do that. I want to wear that. He's the reason why I was wearing bands.
Inspiration's fine.
Yeah. I mean, we're all guilty of it. I don't want to make it sound like I wasn't.
But obsession, like idolatry, like it's not good.
I need to be acknowledged. Like it's like Mad Max Fury Road. Witness me when they die. When they die, you know. So
the bad guy.
Yeah. So but then it's like I was actually my first concert was Tyler the Creator. When
was it
the Catalyst?
Oh,
he was at the Catalyst.
What year was that?
That was 2015.
Yeah, dang. So that's
Cherry Bomb.
Yep.
Cherry Bomb.
The album everybody hates.
I love that album.
The heavy album.
I don't know about you, but I love that album.
Well, it was after the trilogy.
Yeah. After like.
And so the trilogy ended, and then that came out. Right, it was that after Goblin,
Bastard, Goblin, and then Wolf, and then
and then Cherry Bomb, and so everyone was like, it's not the same, it's different. He's experimenting, but after. Thank God for me. Like after Wolf is when I stopped paying attention.
Okay.
And I remember like that's like probably even before Wolf dropped. Honestly, Goblin was like I was like, oh man, this is it. But Earl was my favorite.
Earl.
It wasn't even Tyler.
Wolf? Earl Wolf.
I mean, yeah, that's cool too. I like both of them together, but Earl specifically was who got me into them.
Yeah.
But then Tyler's who I became obsessed with, but Earl wasn't around, right?
Yeah. Well, free Earl.
He's free.
You remember
He's on
that?
the East Coast now.
You remember that, right? The free Earl. Well, I mean, I wasn't around.
I'd go to the Odd Future store, bro.
Hey.
Like, I stayed there for like a week. They let me hang out there for like a week.
Oh.
I lived in my van in LA, and they let me stay there.
Bro, that's so crazy.
Jamba Juice kept me in the door the whole time. They tweeted it. They're all, bring a Jamba Juice. You can stay as long as you want.
Really?
So I used my last like $25 in my pocket to get them Jamba Juice, me Jamba Juice, and they just let me like show up every day and hang out.
Dude, that's...
Because people would loiter.
Dude, that's so cool. Like, I had no idea. Because, I mean, I had a coworker at the time, and he was like, yeah, man, I used to go to the Supreme store in L.A., and we all just hung out there. Like Tyler, whatever.
Just stand around.
Now, Kel, I'm assuming everyone that was involved.
Before they had their store, yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, I'm very big into that kind of culture. I don't skate, but it's like...
For
me, that's cool to know because I think we have similar like stuff. Like we did stuff to like get to that point, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's like who was gonna do that, you know? And no one like it's just us, you know.
Dude, Tyler's manager like went to bat for me.
Clancy?
Yeah, like this rival gang wanted to fight the Odd Future guys.
Oh god.
And Tyler wasn't there that day, and the manager wasn't there. They just wanted to see Tyler, I think, but the other guys. But so they show up and they threaten to like beat up the Odd Future guys. One punch is thrown. Like, the guy takes the Odd Future hat, puts it on his head, and walks away.
Wow.
And then he comes back the next day, and I'm there. Like I said, I was there for, like, a week, right? And so, like, that day, Tyler is there. Clancy's there. Bigville, his security guard's there. And, like, they're kind of getting into it. And I'm just standing there, like, as a mediator. And I'm like, actually, like, this is what happened. And then the guy from the other gang threatened to, like, hit me. Right, and he's like, I'm gonna knock those beats off your neck, and I was like, well, relax. So I was wearing my cousin's beats. Shout out to Dylan. And I was like, hey man, I'm just telling it like it happened. Like, and then Tyler's manager jumps in and he goes, hey, Bigville, which is the security, right? He goes, if that guy who's like an 18-year-old kid hits me, a 22-year-old guy, if he hits me, I give you permission to knock that kid out, right? Crazy, like I'm like, okay, this is escalating, but they're standing up for me, and I'm like.
That's cool.
I'm part of the crew. I tried to sell my skateboards in front of Tyler's store, like my Beavis brand new skateboards. Tyler was like, get this out of here. I was like setting them up on his like steps.
Yeah.
And he's like, nope, you can't do that here. And I was like, yeah, my bad, bro. And I'm putting them away. And Taco's like, how much for the Beavis and Butthead one? And I was like, $50. He goes, no. Or $60. He's like, no. And he goes, but I'll trade you. He traded me some stuff for it for my friend who had stomach issues. But yeah, dude, I was there for a week. I have all kinds of stories.
I mean, crazy. Dude, I mean, I'm here for it. I mean, you're here for me, and I'm here for you. You know, I'm just curious because we all have stories about like stuff that we're into. You know, because you're very into like what you're into right here, and and Tyler the Creator. You know, I mean, that was just one thing that like it was one of the questions you asked me. It's like, you know, I really like Tyler the Creator. So
yeah.
I mean, especially I haven't really met anybody because you hear all people. I mean, you see whether you look it up. Oh yeah, this is what the store. You see the videos. You see there's videos out there like with like the original store, but I've never met a person who's like, dude, I was there and I was like, and here's my story. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to buy a jacket, bro, with the cat eyes like lining the inside,
How
like
much
the
was it?
bomber jacket.
I'm curious.
Oh man, was it like
over 100?
Yeah, I want to say the jacket was like 120. It was like between that and a shirt. I did get a shirt. think I got a shirt instead of the jacket because I was like, I don't want to like spend all my money. I don't want
inflation. That was probably like 200.
Dude,
right?
yeah,
Right? Because it's like
the Coach
nowadays.
jacket. It was the Coach jacket,
Oh, okay,
and like
okay.
I wanted it really bad, but I was like, dude, I'm gonna spend all my gas money, all my food money. Like, I don't think it's wise to like buy the jacket. But
Like,
so I got the shirt with the goggles on the cat face.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one that I had for years, and then I started drawing on it with Sharpie and doing all my art on it and all my stuff, bro.
I mean, that's cool because I mean, like you've always been artistic, right? Like in a way where it's like
all that stuff in there.
Yeah. I mean, you guys can't see it, but there's a bunch of art over there. And
Yeah.
It's drawn by you.
Yeah.
So
that's
I mean,
all my stuff. Yeah.
You know, that's what art is. You know, at the end of the day, it's like it's supposed to be added more to. You know, more is always cool. You know, because I mean, it's cool because that's a one of one piece at the end of the day. You know, because I mean, probably some other people have it, but it's one of one to you.
I like to give them away too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when I went to Camp Flognaw,
oh, you went?
Yeah, I went to Camp
crazy.
Flognaw 2023. The photographer, I forget his name. Oh, Brick Stowell.
Yeah,
I should have brought it with me. I have the book.
Oh, did you get the book?
I bought a book from there, but basically, he was documenting.
Brick, yeah.
Do you remember him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
I remember the name. I didn't meet him.
Okay.
I met Tyler, Taco, Jasper, Clancyville. Haji wasn't there. Left Brain wasn't there.
Did you ever meet Lucas?
Lucas was there. He was the one running the store. Well, he was there, but Sagan was running the store. He was the store manager.
You know what's funny?
He's the one who let me
stay.
stay.
You know what's so funny? I went to so 2023 or 2025. I forget what year, but basically that was when the new Supreme store opened up, when they closed on Melrose.
Yeah.
They moved over.
The big one, yeah.
It was like after Camp Flognaw, you know, there was a band, my ex at the time, she's like, let's go to like the Fugazi store. It's like a guy from LA. He has a brand called Fugazi.
Yeah, I've heard the name, yeah.
Yeah, and so the store was literally right next to Supreme, like around the same area. So we went over to the Supreme store, and then like, you know, we're over there, I'm looking around, you know, whatever. I bought one of the Supreme books. I bought like the history book, and then before all this happens, I see Lucas, and then I'm over here. I'm like,
because he worked there.
He's like the manager or something. Like, and then I'm over here like this. I walk up to him, but I wasn't like too much of a fan. Like, you know, oh my god, you know. But I was like, hey, you look familiar. And then he looked at me. I'm like, oh, he laughs, and then he goes to the back. He goes I mean, it's not like I was gonna talk to him like that crazy, but I just wanted to say, hey, you're cool, you know, cool. But then after I left the store, after I left the store, he came back. So I'm like,
dude,
he's like, watch out for that guy right there. He's the one that knows who I am.
Everybody knows you, Lucas. You're on a hoodie, but
yeah.
So like to pull all of it together, how it ended at the end of the day. So like I was there for that week.
Yeah.
Maybe Jamba like almost 2. He said started with Jamba Juice. They tweeted about it on the way down. I'm driving to LA with my friends, a couple of vagrants, and basically like wards of the state. Like they didn't have money or anything, so we were just like, I didn't have money at the time, didn't have a job, and I was like, I'm just gonna make it happen. So they would ask people for gas at gas stations. It took us like 12 hours to get to LA because we didn't have money. We just asked people for gas, and so we got to LA. I stayed at the store for like a week, hung out with them, all those stories, and so according to Tyler, from that week, there was like, this was years later, I got married for the first time in 2018.
Okay.
And in 2016. 2016, we go down to LA to go to Disneyland for a honeymoon. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, oh, let me show you like Fairfax, right? On the way down to my wife at the time. And so she's like, okay, so we're going there. The weirdest thing ever, bro. Like Tyler's standing there by himself on the block at like sunset. Just by himself, and this is 2016, so he's big now. Okay, this is 5 years later. Or 4 years later, right?
Okay, yeah.
After 2012, after I'd gone through cancer, that's when I went to LA the first time.
In my opinion, you beat it, you know.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, and I took all that freedom. I'm gonna go live out of the van. I'm gonna do it.
You know what? I beat it. Now it's time to go.
I'm gonna pursue life. Yeah, and my parents were like, "Dude, what's going on?" That's great. A lot of anger. I had a lot of anger back then, right in 2012. Yeah. So, 2016, we're going down. This is 4 years after I'd seen Tyler.
Yeah.
He's standing there, and I'm like. I park in the parking lot with my wife at the time, and I go, do you want to, like, he's standing right there, do you want to, like, meet him? And she's like, okay. so and she doesn't know him like that, like, listen to his music or anything. Tyler, just knows the name, right? And the face, and so I was like, hey, bro, like, this is my wife, like, we just got married, we're here on our honeymoon, like, she just wanted to meet you, right? And he's like, oh, cool, like, no worries. He's like, I'm just waiting for my friends, but they're hecka lagging, like, on a ride. I'm like, why are you waiting for a ride? Whatever.
Like, yeah,
I don't know,
like,
he probably got dropped off. Uber, who knows? And so he greeted me like this, like touched the two finger like this.
Okay.
So he's like, "What's up, bro?" And he had like a ring here and a ring here.
Okay.
And so I was like, I've never said hello to anyone like this, and we did
Yeah.
that, kind of like the devil horns,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so we touched them, and then I was like, I don't know if you remember me, bro, but like, I came in like 2012 and hung out here for like a week, like after cancer, and he's like, I remember, and I was like, no, and he's like, no, I remember you, like for sure, like I remember you, and I was like, really, like he's like, yeah, dude, like he's like, why would I forget, like
That's solid.
but he's also one of those people too, if you think about it. He says he doesn't drink or smoke, right? So, like, I don't know about now, but back then, right? So,
Yeah.
he probably remembers everything. It's just a lot of stuff.
No, yeah.
And so when he said that, my wife at the time was standing next to me, and I was just, like, crazy. Like, all right, see you later. Like, what else are you going to say? Like,
No, yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, bro, remember when, like, that guy wanted to beat me up? And, like, Clance, he wasn't even out there for that.
No,
like,
yeah.
Tyler wasn't. So it was just a trip that he says he remembers me. And I always feel like the Lord's like, there's a reason for that. Like, because I mean, now with what we're doing in the studio and the music and everything, it's like it's all gonna like. First of all, it's all been redeemed now because like I had to lay all that stuff down, bro, because it was like really unhealthy for me the way I was pursuing it all. Like, and God has given it back to me in the last couple of years. I mean, in the last 5 or 10, but really in the last couple. And like, there's a reason why we're doing all this. There's a reason why we're making the connections we're making, and like I really do think it's to like bridge like the secular and the Christian and like in a healthy way, but like maybe more like I don't know if you know who Miles Minnick is, right? The Christian rapper. He did Double XL this year. He's from Pittsburgh up here.
Yeah. Did he have a show in Santa Cruz?
Yeah, I think he did do the Catalyst.
Is he like is he an Asian dude? Like
no, he's black, like Christian rapper,
okay, no.
like light skinned.
Light
but
skin? No, I'm not that familiar,
he gets a lot of secular artists on his songs.
It makes that's cool as a is he a Christian rapper?
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
okay.
So like
cool.
I'm feeling like at the end of the day, this is all going to be that, but kind of like the opposite. Like, well, it could be both, but like having secular artists on my songs or on my friend's songs or however it works out at the end of the day, or or vice versa. But God's doing something. There's a reason this exists. There's no other music studios here in town. Like there's 2 other guys, but they're just a little different, like more band focused. We're more artist focused, I guess. I'd love to do bands, but he's doing something. The Lord's doing something. So all those dreams and desires have been resurrected and brought back up in my heart. And I'm like, you'll do something with it, Lord. You're going to do something. Like, you know what you're doing. You know the influence I have, and just go from there.
God's plan, you know? I mean, like, I'm happy that...
Shout out to Drake.
You know, shout out...
No.
No, but it's cool because, like, you know, to take it back, like, it's cool to know that Tyler remembered you. And, like, depending on however way, you know, he saw, he saw it. Because it's like, it just goes to show his character, you know? But nowadays, it's different because it's like a lot of people are more or less, you know, the fan culture, right?
Yeah.
But this is like very around, you're chill, you know? It wasn't like, you know. So it's like, but now it's like, it's different now. But I'm also happy that, like, with you, you know, at the age that you are, and then I'm assuming before that too, that like everything kind of came back because because it's like, you know, maybe I was at this point, you know, but then the Lord was able to, you know what, you know, you've been on a good path, and also, you know, like, hey,
obedience,
you know, because I mean, for me too, I was just telling him off camera, like I grew up in the church, and then basically, you know. I always say this, and but I feel like there's always something watching me in a way where it's like, watching out for me. So that's him, you know. And I've been in a lot of situations where I could have either died or I could have like, not to the point of like I think cancer is one of those things where it's like that's the one where it's like, you know, you have to, you know, be around the people you love, and you got to pray, you know, and, you know, everything goes well. You know, because I only must imagine, because this guy's, I mean, he's been through a lot, you know, and so it's one of those things where there's been a lot of reminders for me recently, like, hey, you know, on the right path, you know, I think you're on the right path, but you have to also make sure that, like, you study the word or just whatever, because, you know, because you could go to church or you couldn't go to church, you read the Bible. It's one of those things where it's like, but it's really just like, you know, kind of one of those things too. So I always keep it in mind, and like I was like, after I watched his interview with Derek, I was like, damn, like, you know, like this is another reminder. And then I prayed that night, you know. I was like, wow. So I was like, it's been a while, you know.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying that, like, it's one of those things for me personally where it's always kind of like, because I was also kind of maybe not like on the path, you know. Maybe I was like on my own path, you know. whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect, you know.
No.
So I mean, I like to be nice, you know, and stuff. But I've definitely wronged some people, and like I've been a good and I've been a bad guy, you know. So you know, so I'm just like over here just trying to pay it forward, and then of course for him, you know, to kind of show me the way too, you know.
Yeah. I had one of those signs on the way here, like 126 is like my number that like I feel like the Lord leads me through, like how you're talking about 35 for you. Yeah. And I saw it on a license plate, like coming here, and I'm like, whenever those things happen, I'm like, you're on it, Lord. Like this is the way that you want me to go. Like this is the thing you want me to do right now. It encourages me to keep going. It's just like, I call them the breadcrumbs, right? That the Lord gives you to just kind of like, it's like manna every day, like just a little bit.
Did you grow up off of church too, or?
Yeah, like 6 years old, I accepted Christ.
Okay.
6, I didn't want to die. I don't want to go to hell. Right, my parents were like, "You don't have to, Joshy." Like,
it's kind of like the instilling. It's like, oh yeah, kind of like that. Because I know it's different. Because I know there's some more extreme, there's some more just like low key, if like, hey, on your own path, you know, like. Yeah. Because I know it's all different. You know, it's all different.
Yeah. For me, it was 6, and then like always going to church. 9 years old, like baptized probably around that time. Baptized in the Holy Spirit probably like 11 or 12. I don't remember the dates on that too much, and then. 18 started becoming my own faith instead of just like not just my parents, but like just kind of discovering more of him for myself and who the Lord is and the Holy Spirit is, what they're like, and Jesus. And then 21 kind of went off the rails, 22 off the rails a little bit. A couple of years there where I was figuring it out for sure.
It's like becoming an adult part 1, and then becoming adult part 2 is like 20, 25, 26.
Yeah. For me, it definitely happened around that time frame. Like, and then there's friends who I'll play Fortnite with from like back then. And like last night I was playing with my boy. Like his name's Nick, and he lives in Florida. And I was like, "So you still smoke tree?" And I'm like, "Nah, it's been like a few years." Like, and he's like, "That's crazy," because that's all he knew. He never that guy.
Yeah.
So for him to hear that I don't, or that I don't live that way, and I'm living how I used to, and living that way again, like he's just kind of like. In his head, he's just like, that's the only Josh I knew, you know? And I'm like, I don't even know that guy anymore. Like, it's crazy.
It's really interesting because, you know, it's people's life, you know, like, and sometimes, you know, people grow, you know, people move, people do all kinds of stuff. And, you know, for me, I'm still like learning that growing pain, you know, or just like, you know, hey, everyone's in a path of like being busy, doing their thing, getting in relationships, or just in general, whatever they're doing. So that's when it's like, oh, I'm happy that you have that connection with him still, or like just people in your life, you know, because it's one of those things where it's like, I think sometimes we take it for granted. We don't know sometimes, but you know,
he leads me and guides me through every day, like, and he comforts and protects, especially through like what I'm going through in life, you know, like 35-year-old guy waiting on everything, right, like. Waiting on a wife, waiting on a spot, all this stuff that you know most people,
it comes to you. You know, it's one of those things where
the
it's
Lord's
like,
timing.
When you seek for it, or let's say if not from a religious aspect, right? When you're seeking for it, then that's when it's kind of like, in my opinion, you just is things that come out of that. You know, whether it's good or the bad. You know, but it just comes to you. You know, it comes to you, and then like you also got to put yourself out there.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because it's not gonna
can't
just
stop doing stuff like this. Events and client like. I can't allow like the life things that are going on to stop the progression that the Lord is building. You know what I mean?
And it's all off of the Lord and you, and, and the people
the
that
partnership,
matter, and so, and off of that, I wanted to. So he's wearing Bape slides. I'm not sure if you could tell, but basically he recently posted a video about Bape, like and specifically about him buying a piece from the Bape store.
And you saw that one.
Yeah, and so I actually have something for you, and I've had this for a while, but I just never use it because it's one of those things where it's like, but it's just something small. But I got.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember these.
Yeah.
It's reverse. That's crazy.
No, yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, I got it from Game Shop. Shout out to Anthony.
Oh, heck yeah.
Shout out to the people
downstairs.
Shout out to Anthony. Shout out to Hannah. Shout out to all the workers there.
They're all
my fam, but
What year is this?
It's 2021.
Is it?
Yeah.
In the back.
Yeah, I wish it was a bit older, but
No, like, dude, what the heck? I'm gonna put this in here for sure. I gotta find.
No, yeah.
I want to put it on the ottoman.
Ottoman, okay.
Like as a display piece, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I was gonna ask you because the video, and for those of you that don't know, he's just talking about like he's talking about a hoodie that he bought from the store.
20 years.
But he wasn't able. He's never been able to have like the money or whatever to buy it directly from the people, more or less just vintage and stuff. So like what is just in general, whether it's materialistic stuff like this, or like what does that mean to you? Because I know you're wearing a Supreme shirt right now, so I'm just like
honestly, bro, it reminds me of my cousin that I'm not too close to, because he's the one who put me on it all as a kid, and he's younger. I'm oldest on both sides, but he's younger, and we would watch like music videos, and he'd tell me about Bape and I think even Supreme, and this is 2005.
This is like
dude, yeah, you're 5 when this is happening.
I was 5,
right?
but this is like the era of like Kanye, Pharrell.
I'm 15. Yeah, yes, when Bape started coming to America.
Nego.
And you could only call and order it, and it always reminds me of a cousin. He'd show me like the Baby Milo hoodies, the all over print hoodies, the Bapesta hoodies, and I was just like, those are so cool. I love those little characters. Bro, we were kids without jobs. Like, $300 for a hoodie was insane, or whatever it was back then. And I was just like, I want it. Like, I like it. I want it. But at 15, I go to the Bape store, and in New York with my friend's family. His sister dropped out of the trip last minute, so I got to go.
You're like,
they paid for the hotel. I paid for the flight. I was working in and out. And my friend's dad was like, you have 30 minutes to like go in the Bape store, because we pulled up in a taxi and we were going to go to the Color Purple after, like on Broadway. And I was like, okay. So I walk in, I had $300 in my pocket, $350. I was like, I'm going to spend it all here. Like, I'm going to get a hoodie. I didn't know about seasonal wear. I didn't know how all that worked.
Yeah, you were talking about that, yeah.
And it was all like double XL, triple XL, bro. I was like 110 pounds maybe. Like, weighed nothing, right? Like a sophomore in high school. And I was just like, they're like, yeah, sorry, we don't have your size. And I was like, I'll just get 3 shirts then, like 2 shirts and a polo, like, and that's just how it worked. I just never got the hoodie. I never walked into a Bape store and got the hoodie. The Bape store in LA, like, me and my mom would go watch American Idol down there with my sisters, like auditions, and like, she got me a little keychain, but I never got a hoodie. Like, I'd get a shirt, but I'd never get a hoodie. My whole life, bro, this is 20 years, right? I'm just like, I want a hoodie, bro. Like, and so, actually, the Kid Lord show that I played, remember that?
The Kid Lords, yeah.
When I played, and then they closed it, and you were there, and moshing and everything.
Yeah, was this the Culture Net Market one?
Yeah, that was, what's her name show? What's her name? April.
April, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
April. She's the one who threw that show. I had my, like, blue all over, like, Bape hoodie, and I wore it to that show.
Oh, yeah. This is the one that happened near Rose Garden, right?
This was at, it's closed now. What's it called? Art Boutique.
Yeah. So this is not Culture. Shout out Culture Net Market though, but yeah, I remember that show.
Art Boutique.
Yeah.
Kid Lords, they killed it.
Yeah,
like,
it was also like a show with like representation of like the Earth.
Yeah, the Earth. It was LGBT.
It's LGBTQ.
Kung Fu Vampire got me that show.
Oh,
he
really?
hit me up. He's like, bro, you want to do this? It's through my homegirl April, and I was like, sure. I just want to do shows.
Yeah.
And so I had all the Bape hoodies back then.
Dude.
Maybe not then, but like I had the red, blue, purple.
Remember that?
And I had the multicolored and like crew neck that I got from LA, like Nego's Bape. So I had everything that I ever wanted, and then I went to ministry school. And like about a year after that show, I went to ministry school, and like I'm paying tuition, I'm hanging out with my friends all the time, like I was saying, doing Uber here and there. We had just opened the studio 8 months before, and I was like, I just want money to hang out with my friends. Like, it wasn't even tuition or nothing, so I sold all my hoodies to a corner store. Remember them in Valley Fair? They're only vintage now up in the city, big time vintage. But so I hit him up.
Yeah.
He was in the city. Me and my dad went. I sold him all my Bape hoodies, and he's like, I remember him asking. He's like, "Are you sure, bro?" Like, cause he knows he's not able to pay what they're worth on market. He's like, you could just flip these and like sell them yourself. And I was like, just take them, bro. Like, I'm not trying to do all that. Like, just take them. So I sold all my Bape stuff, bro. My watch, my hoodies, my crew neck. And but it was never new. It was always resale.
No, yeah.
So I never still walked into a store and bought a Bape hoodie.
It's
so
like, not until you got that receipt.
But it was honestly through my friend Ant, who I've been friends with since 2011, 2010. We used to work with each other at the Children's Discovery Museum with my sister.
Shout out to
my sister got me that job.
Yeah.
And Ant's going through college at San Jose State. He now works at Bape in San Francisco. So we followed each other for 10, 12 years. And I just saw he started working there a few months ago, and
you're like, please.
And I was like, I didn't know it opened. That's sick. I want to go. I want to visit. And so our friend Max's birthday was in the city like 2 months ago. Shout out to Max, OGM Prod, the one that we throw these events with all the time. And so I'm trying to get in the Bape store. There's a line. Ant comes out. He's like, hey, bro, sorry. Like, there's a line. Like, I can't take my number, book an appointment with me. Because he's the like not the general manager, but like the second in charge there. I didn't know that.
That's insane.
And so I didn't get in that day. This is 2 months ago. And every Monday is my Sabbath, right? So I'm like, bro, I want to go up there. Like, I want to get a hoodie. And so there was one day when I made it up there. We picked up my sister from the airport at SFO. She was coming back from her graduation trip in Florida. And I was with my mom, and I was like, hey, I want to go to the vape store. And so my mom drove us to the vape store. And they all go to lunch. The girls all go to lunch with my sister's best friend. And they go to lunch, and I'm just waiting in the vape line. Like, it's not that long. I don't know if Ant's there. He's not responding to texts, right? He's busy. He's working, going through it. And so I'm standing in the line, and sure enough, I get in. I don't even think Ant's there. Like, this girl's helping me, like, try on hoodies. I want to see how they fit. And then Ant shows up out of nowhere. He's at the front door, like, just standing there working. And I was like, what's up, bro? I finally made it. He's like, oh, what's up, bro? Like, so talking to him for, like, 10 minutes, trying on hoodies. And I'm like, bro, like, I got $400 to spend on this thing right now. Like, I don't want to get the $600 or $700 one. Like, I'm not trying to spend all that money. I don't want to put nothing on credit. I want to be wise, right? And so I just got the $400 one that I really liked. I really liked the way it fit. It wasn't the shark hoodie or nothing, but it was like a more OG style vape. And it was just like, that was the one I felt like the Lord was like, yeah, get that one. Like, that's a nice one. I was like, all right, like, okay, it's a lot of money. So I go to meet my sister and mom at lunch after they're all done eating. And we were all taking bets, like, what are the odds that you buy something from the vape store? And my sister's like, he's definitely buying something. My mom's like, no, he better not. Like, because she knows how much it costs. And sure enough, bro, I got it. But yeah, it's like, those are all steps of faith for me too, bro. Like, spend that kind of money on that kind of stuff. Like, on these, like, it's not easy, like, to live that way, because you don't know how much money you're going to make next week with this place. Like, the clients could dry, you know what I mean? Like, it's all
anything can happen.
Faith, entrepreneur. So the Lord still provides. The bills are still being paid. Shout out to God, man, because I could have not bought that stuff, but he just keeps showing me how he's going to provide no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I think for me, too, it's kind of similar. It's like, you know, like, I have what I have, too, and it's like, but, you know, it's like, a lot of it could be considered excess, but it's like, but there's a way of getting around, you know? There's always a way we can get around things, you know? And I feel like that's how
it's the faith
lived your
for sure.
life, you know?
But, like, with this place, it was the faith first.
Yeah,
to say, like, yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll pay it. And he's provided the money every month for rent
and then
through work.
And it's amazing that I mean, I'm here.
Like, you're here. The door's open.
And other people have been here, too, prior to me. Because I'm just here to just be here, you know?
Yeah,
so
to vibe, to hang out.
To vibe. I mean, like, you know, I'm just blessed to also know a lot of the people around us. Because I know that
circles are connecting, brother.
I'm just letting it, the circle is huge, and like, and we can talk a lot about it. I mean, specific people. I mean, like,
shout out to Chris.
Shout out to Chris. I mean, shout out to Chris Almatic. Shout out to, you know, he really is the man. You know, I haven't talked to him in a while, but I've been seeing him around though, and he just, you know, he's around, you know, and of course Cola. Shout out to Cola. I can't forget
LA.
Cola. You know, he's in LA now.
Yeah, he's been for a few months. He's going to USC.
USC.
He posted about it, so I can say it.
Oh, okay. Well, shout out to Cola. You know,
man.
He's also another guy that's
doing
like in faith. Yeah, exactly. So, I remember
he was going to our church for the last year.
No, I have a homegirl. Her name is Violet, and then she was going to Vive or something.
Yeah, Vive.
So I went to church. I went to that church for a little bit, but
checked it out.
It's cool. I would say it's so cool at church, but
cool.
But you know, I think for me that was all right. But it was one of those things where it's like,
come check out ours, bro. I think you'll like it.
Yeah,
it's super mellow.
Okay,
like,
bet.
Yeah,
you know?
we'll bring you up there on a Sunday if you want. You don't gotta drive. It's in Fremont, so you don't gotta drive.
No,
yourself.
yeah.
I got you, bro. We're not gonna make you drive up there.
You know.
If you ever want to come check it out, feel free.
No, yeah, but you know, it's and there's always. I mean, I think for at least people like that are kind of like in religious, you know, I think there's always gonna be reminders. So I mean, I'm getting reminded all the time.
That's the Lord, man. Like, just bringing him to mind. Yeah, that's for sure him.
Yeah.
That's for, he's like I said before this. Like, he's doing that for a reason.
No, he really is doing it for a reason, and like. I also, you know, try to like. That's what kind of makes me the person I am. You know, it's like, just the person. You know, what I learned from religion is just to, you know, just essentially just be the person who you are. You know, because we all identity, and then we all sin. But you know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, it's you just gotta, you know, pray, and then also just admit to what it is. You know, and especially like, you know, it's like one of those things too where it's like. You know, the way how people deal with hate or whatever, you know, it's like, hey, you know, it's like in the Bible, it's like, oh, if someone hits you on the left cheek, turn the other cheek, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, it's, that's a hard one because but I never, not that I get hate, but it's one of those things where it's like, okay, so it's never that deep.
Yeah.
You know, it's never that, and if it is that deep, then that's at the end of the day, it's maturity. So
true,
people, because you can't control people like how their perception is.
No.
So it's one of those things where it's like there could be a situation that's happening and like you think you're right and then they think they're right, but then it's like what kind of the conversation at that point? It's communication, open communication, but
healthy confrontation.
Yeah, healthy, because I'm gonna be honest with you, like when people would confront me or give me criticism, like valid criticism, I would take it up like, take it, because that's just kind of the way I was raised. I was kind of sheltered in court.
Yeah.
I was like, no one really defensive. It's like no one kind of put me in that place. My dad, of course, did, but it's like after a certain point, it was kind of like,
learning to let that go.
So it's just a learning, growing, like dropping. So he talked about his anger when he had cancer, and I only must imagine what that was like, because it's a lot of, especially with having faith. It's like, why me? But we're here. So
yeah, he's got a plan, man, for sure. Is there anything you want to shout out, bro? Like anything you got going on?
We've been talking for a while.
Yeah, you've been I know you've been chilling lately, but the interviews are cool. I say keep doing that. Like anything else you got going on?
So I interviewed Lil House Phone recently. Like
oh, that's right, I saw that. Yeah, shout out to No Jumper.
Shout out. I mean, I said something on the interview, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but it was kind of like a joke, Maybe like
I know, happens a lot.
It happens, but it's one of those things where it's like I interviewed him. And how that happened was my boy, Made by Rilla, Cold Water.
Is it Rilla or Ryla?
Rilla.
It is Rilla, not Ryla.
Rilla.
I don't know why I want to say
it's
Ryla.
like Gorilla, but it's like Rilla.
I bought one of his beanies there.
Yeah, but basically, I met you there too.
That's when I saw you last.
Yeah. So the last time I've seen him was probably at the store. But basically,
just chilling.
He told me one time when I went, he was like, "Yeah, Lil House Phone. He's in the area, and like he's gonna be coming to the store on Sunday," and I was like, "Sunday?" And there's like, "Yeah, you come." Like, "Hey, bro, could I like pull up?" Sunday. And Sunday Fun Day, amen. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord.
That's cool.
But I was like, "Hey, can I pull up?" Like, "Yeah, bro, pull up." So it was under like a 2-day/1 day notice. So I was like, "Oh, I don't have enough." Like, but it's all here.
Yeah.
All the information that I know is all here. References. I went to the like you went to the OF store. I went. Pause. I went to the No Jumper store.
Okay.
Back in 2019, and I have a bag.
And
so I bought a shirt. I bought a shirt from them back in the day, and I was like, "Yo, where's Adam? Where's Adam 22?"
I know.
Oh, he's not here right now. He's not here. I forget who was at the store, but
the store wasn't there anymore.
But So I was like, okay, I have the bag.
Yeah.
And then I have a shirt, and then I have whatever else I have. You know.
Yeah.
But it's mostly right here, so.
That's good, man. That's good knowledge.
I interviewed the help.
All knowledge.
I interviewed the help a second time when I went to Summer Smash.
Yep.
I was trying to interview Too Hollis, but I kept running into his mom.
Crazy.
I kept running into his mom, and like I've been a fan since maybe 2023.
Yeah.
So like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, I know who Kat is, and she manages like Skrillex or Alsla.
Like, oh wow.
A bunch of she's really like into the music industry.
I didn't know that. Okay.
And so she even like helps out with the weekend.
You know a lot of people, bro.
Well, I don't know her like that, but as far as the
That's
culture,
cool.
But
the connections are cool.
I kept running into her though.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, there's no way I'm keep running into. But the idea of like me asking her, could I interview your son?
Yeah.
Didn't come to mind.
It's all good. That means it just wasn't the time.
Yeah, it wasn't the time.
Coming to mind.
But
check out his interviews.
Yeah, I asked the guys though. I was like, hey guys, do you think I could interview Jawsh? Like, and Noah was like, honestly, I don't know if he can. He's not really that kind of the guy.
Okay.
I was like, oh, you know what? It is what it is. Like, another time will come.
One day, for sure.
But I'm trying to interview more people. So I'm hoping that somebody asked me recently, so where are you trying to take this? And I'm like, honestly, I'm just trying to see where it goes.
Yeah.
And then I think he's like, honestly, bro. I think he was just trying to tell me, like, he's like, no, you should really think about it. I'm like, oh yeah,
encouraging it. You'd be really good at following that route, bro. It seems like you're having good success there.
And so a lot of people, whether they're the help fans or people that are in my personal circle, like, dude, you're actually doing a pretty from what I see.
Yeah.
You're this is cool and then fans
it's blowing up.
Fans of the help are like, honestly, this is probably the best interview. Which I digress because
he's a fan.
I'm a fan, so I know the interview. I've watched the interviews. The Hot and Thinner. Fun fact, for one of their interviews, one of the guys went to SJSU.
Okay.
So one of the interviews was called the Hot and Thinner interview. That guy went to SJSU.
Okay.
And he would play their music on SJSU, and apparently
is he hot and thinner now? Is that why?
Oh, I don't know.
He's probably hot. That's a crazy name.
I guess the reason why the interview's called Hot and Thinner is because I think Noah or Chandler was like, yeah, like we're just thinner and hotter. My bad, thinner and hotter. And because they're they're skinny guys
talking about themselves. Yeah.
and then like wait, someone was like, wait, that's actually a good idea for the name of the interview. And
That's
so,
funny.
but shout out to Chandler. He's from Sonoma. Shout out to
Okay,
Chandler. Shout out to Noah. He's from Durango, Colorado.
Yeah.
So all small towns,
Colorado,
So it's
yeah.
just a small town, It's one of those things where it's like they're doing something, but
Yeah,
they come from small towns, and so I feel like that's endearing. And even Lil House Phone, he's from he's from LA, so
Heck yeah.
it's one of those things where it's just things that I'm into. No jump. I'm into all kinds of stuff. I mean,
Right.
my ADHD's brain's going all over the place, but
No, you're good. I encourage you, bro. Keep doing it. It's good. We like it. It's entertaining.
It's funny because this podcast is like we're just shooting the shit.
This is kind of how our conversations go. Like my conversation with people.
No.
That's why I like doing it like this.
No, yeah,
it's
yeah,
more
yeah.
like informal, just fun conversation.
No.
Josh talks,
Josh Talks. Shout out to Josh Talks,
Talks.
But before, and I'm assuming it's kind of wrapping up pretty soon. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about my friend George real quick. Basically,
He's gonna bring George up. That's
so I've had 4 Georges since 2021.
Okay.
So basically, the story behind it is I went to the flea market when Pop-Up SJ. They still do it, but it was when Pop-Up SJ was at the Berryessa flea market.
Okay.
Somebody, one of the booths was selling a Curious George backpack, like similar to this one.
Sick.
And I was like, yo, that's so cool. Like, I like that a lot. And I grew up off of Curious George. But the people think I'm a fan, but the biggest fan I am is like Scooby-Doo. I love Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
And I love like all
Meddling kids.
Yeah, those meddling kids and that dog.
That dog.
But basically, yeah, I bought him, and then like I just made it a thing for him to come everywhere I go.
So every fit he's on.
Yeah, and so one
So
time
you're wearing the backpack.
One time I went to one of the clubs downtown. Julian, shout out to Julian King Giuliano. But we went to a club with with our friends at the time.
Yeah.
And then they had like a bag check and like you can't bring him in. I'm like, well, I can't, I'm not going in then. So I literally I went across the street. I went across the street.
Dude, you're encouraging me to wear my Supreme backpack more.
Yeah, and they were show it to the.
Oh, there go the headphones.
Hey.
See, now I'm gonna wear it with nothing in it because of you.
No,
I want to just because it's cool.
No, but it's just so funny because it's like I take it that personally. I'm just like, you know what? If I can't,
it's your thing. It's what you like.
So,
the monkey on your back. That's crazy.
No. So what is the saying? What is the saying? A monkey? Is it kind of like
it's about drugs and alcohol. It's like gotta get the monkey off my back.
Okay.
But no, you don't even do that stuff.
No, it's so funny. It's so funny. It's like there's a bunch of terminology. There's a bunch of sayings in my head.
Yeah.
Like that.
Colloquialisms.
No, yeah. So that's just kind of my thing.
Shout out to George. He's your guy.
Shout out to
it's like Holy Spirit, bro. Goes with you wherever you go.
No, yeah. It's funny. Like so, out of the 4 of them, the first one that I had. So I had a coworker. I used to work at Safeway. His name was Judd Apatow. No, Judd Apatow. Jude Howell.
Okay.
Rest in peace. He's no longer with us anymore. But what
that.
happened was he had a heart condition, and so he went to the hospital, and so we went to go visit him. This is during 2020 era, or 2020, I think, 2021. Me and my friend Julian, we went to go see him, and then he's like, thanks for coming, guys. And
yeah.
We're telling him how much he means to us because we don't know what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
But then he sees George. Oh, you brought a gift for me, and then I didn't have the nerve, not the nerve, but I didn't have no. So I gave him my George.
Yeah.
And
this is the 4th George.
This is the 4th George, and so the first one was with him. So I was like, I need to get another one.
Yeah.
So, but he, after all that, he was good. You
Yeah.
know? So he was able to he was also into the Word of God.
Yeah.
Through my mom actually.
Shout out to Jesus.
Shout out to my mom. My mom.
Shout out
I love my mom. I love my dad too. I love my sister.
Yeah.
Shout out to my family. But
yeah.
Yeah, so during his last couple year, my mom was there for him, church, all that stuff. He passed away, and then I was able to get one of his hats, so I have a hat that he used to wear. I have it in my car.
Sick.
And so, but basically, I told because they did a thing, whoever knew him, come to the park,
Yeah.
So we all talked about him. I told the person that they lived with, hey, did he ever have a Curious George backpack? And so, yeah, after months later, they're like, hey, we found the backpack.
That's crazy.
And so you know, that one kind of like it kind of stays like in my car, but it's one of those
Oh,
things.
sweet!
Like,
You got it back. Yeah.
So I have like 4 of them out there. One of them, I think my friend Larson has it. I don't know, but
Yeah.
shout out to Larson. But
Shout out to Larson.
But you know, just the other one, that one I gave my friend Larson one because he was also involved in a bike accident.
Oh,
wow. But he's good. He's good now.
Hey,
but I went to go see him and I was like, bro, like, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
you know, like, I took photos of him and then I mean, I wasn't gonna post it or anything, but it was just so funny. And then the lady was like, "Did you take photos?" I'm like, "No." Yeah, you saw take photos. Delete that.
Oh my
Because,
gosh.
you know, it's a whole policy thing, you know.
Yeah.
But it's okay. But I just gave him my George. And
What happened to the third?
the third
that's
one,
2 so far,
the
right?
third one, I just, you know, I kept, you know, going to shows and like kind of like wear and tear a little
beat.
bit. He's still around.
His head's falling
but
off.
this is but yeah, this is
all
the
good.
fourth one. And then some
cool.
guy, I went to a game shop. He's like, "Yo, I like your backpack. Where'd you get it from?" Like, and I told him, like, "Oh yeah, but I'm gonna get one." And then he got one. So
Yeah.
So
it spreads.
I never like to gatekeep
the influence.
I would-
No, tell the truth. Yeah.
And
Be
you know,
honest.
San Jose, for instance, I'm assuming you're even here. You know,
7. I moved here when I was 7 from San
Really?
Jose. Shout out to San Jose.
Okay, you
yeah,
know, really. Okay,
yeah.
so 408. Is your phone
Yeah.
number still?
Yeah,
or
it
your
still
area code?
is. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you don't gotta leak it, but you know, because it's
767. Figure out the rest.
but it's so it's 669 now, right?
Yeah, that's the new
Okay.
one. Yeah.
My girlfriend's 650, so she's
Crazy.
San Mateo.
Sheesh.
But it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you know, and I've never been the kind of gatekeeper. I've always been kind of trying to put people on. Even
That's
if I mean,
good.
I don't have
That's
a big
good.
platform, but it's like, hey, that's all we have is each other, you know. So if someone's doing something cool,
It's good.
I'm gonna
Sharing
share
is
it.
good.
Yeah, so that's why also like, hey, I like to put people on too.
For sure.
Even if people don't like get it right away, it's like, okay, bet. Even with, you know, shout out to Jubo, shout out to everyone around.
They're
like,
gonna
the
still
circle.
keep creating. That's good.
You know, yeah, they're gonna keep creating. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, really, I mean, it only dies with you.
yeah,
you
if
know?
you stop creating, yeah.
Because you can still be alive, but
hmm
you be dead inside in the sense of like
You don't
know,
need a store to be creative.
You don't.
You can still be creative.
I mean, you know how people are making music nowadays? They're making it on their phones, like literally
make
just
it in
like,
their rooms.
Make it in their rooms, and I mean, even what we're doing, like you
Yep.
don't. Hey, the behind the scenes, you're shooting this on an iPhone, so
There's a table right there.
yeah, and there's the equipment right here with the recording equipment,
Mm-hmm.
but all you really need is just like some like, you know, a little bit of TLC, a little bit of, you know, research, and then you could do it, you know. People
True.
always ask, you know, I've always seen it too, and I'm guilty of it. Yo, like, how do you do this? Or, you know, but it's like, hey, it's out there, you know.
Oh, yeah, it's
and then of course people that gatekeep it.
Nah.
I get it. There's people that are just because it's like there's a way they do it, but it's like everyone eventually will get to the same place.
need,
And
yeah.
then they have their own ways of doing things. You have your own way of doing things right now, you know. We
Making
have
it
these,
work.
We have these big mics, but I was
That's right. This is the way.
but I was talking to him about it, and this is for, you know, like a specific use, so it's not
Yeah,
just like
there's a reason.
yeah. So you know, if
A lot
you're
of noise out there.
if you're a musician, you know.
For sure. Thanks, man. Well,
Yeah.
I appreciate you being here. That
Thank
was
you.
awesome.
Thank
Great
you.
conversation.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up. I'll put all of his socials down below so you
Yeah,
guys can
thank
find him. You know, Shalomy the homie.
Shout out to all the homies. Shout out to, you know, everybody that's around me. Shout out to 2 Dimensions. Shout out to like there's so many people. There's like honestly like there's so many people to have to shout out. But
Maybe we get Jubo next.
Jubo, shout out to Jubo. Shout out to Made by Rilla.
Rilla.
Shout out to Jubo Slap. Shout out to Big Ave. Shout out to JR or his Jubo Slaps. Shout out to honestly just Kid Lord.
All the boys
There's so
and
many
girls.
people. I was literally thinking like, so what are we gonna talk about? Am I just
Everything.
gonna be a shout out like God? You know, shout out. But hey, most
Bring 'em at
importantly,
the end,
just
bro.
shout out to everyone that's really doing something, and shout out to the people that have been supporting me or
Mm-hmm.
him. You know, because it really helps me and him a lot. You know, and you know,
The encouragement.
I hope
for
you
sure.
I hope you have a great day.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Have
you
a
know?
good day, guys.
Shout out to
Oh,
Mally.
yeah, he always puts that on his stories. Have a good day.
Have a great
With
day.
a smiley.
Have a great day. Shout out to
you, bro.
William Mahoney from New York.
Don't forget William Mahoney.